Welcome to 108 Gate. We are going to start off with the Divine Feminine reading, and today we're going to use the tuning fork for the crown chakra. So, those of you new to the channel, I'll do 3 of these and then we go to the reading, and then 3 again to close off the reading. If you do not want to hear the crown chakra frequency, you can mute it now, and then you'll know that I'm going into the reading when I'm taking hold of these. So, for those of you who want to enjoy it, enjoy. Here we go. So, here we go. I hope you're well. It feels like I've been a while since I've been here. Sorry about that, but not sorry. Just things to do. No, good to be back. Glad to be back. It's only been 2 days, but it feels like so much has happened in that time. I hope you're all well. And here we go. Realization. The answer is here. Take heed. Divine Feminine. Divine Feminine. Communication. So as I went to put that card down, there was definite solar plexus emotion, emotive kind of emotion. So there may be some things that have been realised that about. It feels as though there's certain things that have been communicated to you may now have a different spin on it. It may have a different tone. It may have a different kind of perspective. So, for example, if somebody, for example, this is a general reading, remembering that, if somebody was to say, yes, I'm going to help you, and this was coming up last week, I'm sure it was, kind of the same thing. So somebody says, yes, I'm going to help you, and they either don't, or they help you but with a begrudging kind of resentment of like, I wish I didn't have to help you, so I wish you already sorted this out so I didn't even have to help you. But the thing is, instead of saying, sorry, I can't help you, they agree to help, and then it's kind of like this undercurrent of resentment. There's an undercurrent of annoyance because they didn't have the courage to say, no, sorry, I can't help you. But it's not known to them possibly that they're communicating this. It's that you can feel it. Interesting how now with the crown chakra, I felt really like we did the root chakra in the last reading. If you haven't seen that, I would highly recommend you do it. And before that, it was the throat chakra. So now to go to the crown chakra, it feels as though there's something connecting from the root to the crown, and the communication that's coming in, you're hearing it different, you're perceiving it different, but somebody else is it's as though when someone else says one thing but they're doing another, you're able to identify it with less judgment of self. So, for example, if you had perceived someone's sentence before as, oh, that's so kind, that they're doing this or they're saying this, but the actual undercurrent is, I don't want to be doing this, but I've got no choice, therefore I'm going to do it. That undercurrent energy is coming in. This may not necessarily be right now. It may be that there's certain things that have been lingering. So it's going to be a bit of a wrestle, let's put it that way. But those of you who are willing to have that wrestle and you're not backing off from the work that's got to be done, you're going to have a massive breakthrough with this. You're going to have a really, really powerful kind of the other side of it. But not only that, you're going to, as a result, from hearing the miscommunication or the inaccurate communication from someone else, you're going to be able to reframe something so that you can communicate to yourself in a different manner. So that you're going to be able to reframe what you heard to a more accurate conclusion. Okay, interesting. Which is going to give you this power to move forward. Interesting. Oh, wow. Right. So there may be something that's been keeping you stuck. Something hasn't been adding up. Something hasn't been making sense. Something doesn't quite sit right. And instead of questioning the other side of it, it could be that a project's just kind of blocked. It could be that a person keeps coming up and just kind of like presenting you with every reason not to do something that you know that you got to do and you want to do and you should do. So these kind of things are coming in because there's something that you didn't quite understand about someone's communication. So you heard the words, but it was the energy that you felt that was off. And instead of trusting the energy that was off, you trusted the words, the surface words. So you weren't hearing with your inner conscience. You weren't hearing with your inner intuition or instinct. You were hearing with your ears, if that makes sense. We hear it a lot about seeing with our eyes instead of our third eye. This is coming in as hearing with your it's better for you if you're hearing with your intuition, you're hearing with your instinct. It's like when someone says something and you're like, what did you say? What was that? Sorry, I didn't quite catch that. And you know it was like an undercut of a really cutting or kind of inconsiderate comment, but it's like you ask them again, oh, I didn't say nothing. Oh, well, you clearly did because I heard it, but you don't say that. You just kind of like, oh, maybe it was me hearing things, or maybe it was you hearing things, but what actually was it that you were hearing? So instead of doubting yourself, it's about strength. It's about you going in there and understanding that you've got to claim what you're feeling, you've got to claim what you've heard, you've got to claim what you've seen. There's so many examples just literally flashing now of how this can play out. There's going to be possibly scenarios of like you saw something and then you asked them about it. I don't know why it keeps coming in the scenario of another person. The reason I'm stopping is because the female, masculine, feminine and female male seems very distinctly different. It doesn't matter how you identify or who you identify as or don't identify as. It's a matter of your yin yang. It's a matter of dark light. Yin yang is the dark light. Also, the opposites, correct, incorrect. It's not about just as what you identify as. It's not just about masculine, feminine. It's not just about female, male. It's not just about this or that. It's this or that. There you go. This or that. It is all of the polar opposites, small, big, all of the opposites of everything. So how they've been distorted because the truth is there, but you've been distorted over there, and actually the truth is over there somewhere, or the other way around. So it's all these distortions are going to start coming up. So that's drawing me to look at where is Neptune and what else is near it. So excellent. I feel really just seeing this because it's insight. It's information coming in of where we can like correct certain things, or like correct it. We can correct it, or we can empower ourselves. So to give you that information rather than just looking at it myself, Neptune is at 25 degrees in Pisces and Saturn is at 5 degrees Pisces. So all those rules and regulations, this is perfect for that. It doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. It's because Neptune's in the flow of Pisces, which is quite an watery, well, it is water. It's very there's a lot of momentum there, there's a lot of movement there, there's the ebb and flow. So that makes sense now why we're going into the opposites of things. If ebbing this way and flowing this way, I'm sure I heard something, oh no I didn't. I'm sure I saw something, oh no you didn't. I didn't say nothing, but I'm sure you did, but I didn't. This ebb and flow, if you can feel into that and feel into the correct space that you feel you're supposed to be, the correct space where you feel like this felt correct for me, but somebody else's comment, somebody else's input, seeing something. So if you've seen someone else succeed at something and you feel like you went for it and you tried it and you got disappointed because it didn't work for you, it may not be your path. So it's not that you can't do something to that level of success. It's just that you haven't refined where it is fitting for you, where it suits you. So it's a matter of going into it deeper. And now I'm probably not explaining it exactly. I don't want to just keep bringing it back to him, her, she said, he said, all that stuff, because it's like they said, we said, me said, any of that, because it's not about that kind of vibe. It's literally about your inner self, your inner yin yang, your masculine, feminine. But that doesn't mean that the external hasn't influenced it. It's where you've allowed the external to influence it in a way that you doubt yourself, where you question, did I actually see that? Did I actually hear that? Maybe I didn't. Maybe you did. The devil. Those distortions. So with the strength, as you proceed forward, as you identify these things and you proceed forward, you're going to have more and more evidence of where that influence was. Not the other way around, of when we're being negative and we're looking for the evidence of something. It's actually the opposite. Like I said, it's the opposite. A lot of the opposites are coming in. It's where you've ignored the evidence and where you've come to the incorrect conclusion, as opposed to you've come to a conclusion and looking for the evidence of it when it's not there. It's the opposite of that. You have the evidence there, but you've ignored it for whatever reason, because you needed to, because you didn't know how to deal with it, because you weren't quite sure of if you were interpreting it correctly. That was a bit weird. Trip of the tongue. Correctly. So it's a matter of you taking that power back. It's a matter of you stopping, slowing right down and coming back to a neutral space. So if you had something like that happen and then you decided, okay, they were correct, maybe they didn't say something, maybe I just thought I heard it, those things might be popping up now of like, you need to reassess this situation. Did you actually hear it or did you not? So this is why I'm saying that a lot of these may be coming up from past scenarios, past situations, past relationships, past interactions, past projects, past jobs, past whatever it is, because there may be a pattern that you identify. The answer is here, that you realise that happened with that person, and then it happened again with that one, and then it happened in that situation, and then it happened in that situation, and then it happened with the cat over here like that. And it's like, they're going to help you understand more so of where you can empower yourself, where you can make those shifts and changes. And now I feel like we're repeating, I'm repeating, there's only one of me here. So Hangman, Chariot, you were going in the wrong direction because you weren't being you weren't being given the correct information, and you allowed yourself to receive the incorrect information. So now it's a matter of, if you're not sure, be unsure, as opposed to just take someone's benefit, take the benefit of the doubt of someone else. What? Take someone else's comment as truth instead of giving someone else the benefit of the doubt. It's better to be in a curious mode. It's better to be in, I'm not sure. Remain unsure until you are sure. Sure. I don't know why everything's just literally feeling all. So, Devil, rah, look at that. Eight of Swords, perfect kind of expression of this. So you keep yourself stuck because you're unwilling or unable to see the truth of the situation, unwilling, unable to see the truth of a human, of a person, of a project, of a direction you're going. So another example being that if you have one job come up and then you have another job coming up and it's like, well, I should take that one because that's got the package, but my heart wants to go to that one. And instead of going for the one that your heart's calling for, you go for the other one because on the surface it's got everything you need. Did you do that at some point? And for what reason? Interesting that the whys are coming up again. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm so sensitive to the whys. I don't know why the energy is very particular about why. When to choose a why. That is a why moment. That is not a why moment. Why did so-and-so do this? We've just gone through a whole period of having whys. We don't need to know why. Just let it go. This is when whys are coming up. Why they did this, not really the thing. It's about why did you do that? Did you... it's more to do with... this was the intention. This was the influence. And this is why I ended up going that direction. So it's not a question as in why am I doing it, more so it's why as a result of A, B and C. This is why I did it. This is why I ended up in that situation. So it's the answer, why, not the question, why. Opposite, other side of it. So you've got Justice over here with the Nine of Cups, and then you've got the Knight of Pentacles with the Strength card. So as you're doing this, you're gonna... It literally feels like a surge of energy just going through. It's feeling quite electric and alive. And he wants to just zap all these different things. So the Justice with the Nine of Cups coming in, like all those cups are upright, all those cups seem completely usable and available to you. So now, as you're going through this process of going in the correct direction as opposed to going in the incorrect direction, the strength is going to be poured back into yourself. The strength that you lost is going to be regained, and then you're going to be able to repurpose it. It's like... reclaiming the strength, but not only are you reclaiming the strength, you're also getting another level of it because you're not wasting the energy on going the incorrect direction either. So you're reclaiming that, now going in the correct direction and making up some gain from also going in the correct direction, and now understanding where you went in the wrong direction, turn it round, go in the correct direction. It's like it's gonna stack up on itself, like the Three of Cups in the other deck, in that deck. Oh, interesting. Three of Cups. So then the Nine of Cups over here with the Justice feels like you're going to have more and more emotional fulfillment. You're going to feel more emotionally at ease. You're going to feel more emotional well-being. You're going to feel rested when you haven't even taken as much time resting, because you haven't got this pulling on you. You haven't got this sucking you into oblivion of despair or anything like that. So you're supporting yourself, and not only supporting yourself, you're emotionally recharging and you're emotionally rejuvenating, you're emotionally reclaiming parts of yourself. So you're winning on so many different levels, where before it was a struggle. Letting go of that struggle, go into the winning, going into the gaining. Knight of Cups, so where you did have that false empty kind of celebration, or that false empty connection, it's not going to be there anymore. So listen and speak with greater care makes more sense now. When you're listening to something, speak with greater care. So when you had that disbelief in yourself, it's like, maybe I didn't hear it, maybe I didn't see it, maybe they are correct, all of those things. Well, maybe you did. So just stop in and feel the difference. So even now, just saying, maybe I didn't see it, maybe I didn't hear it, maybe they are correct. And then feeling the difference of, maybe I did see something, maybe I did hear something. And not going into the jumping into assumptions, not going into the assuming or conclusions. The words are just tripping. Not assuming and not concluding something that's not there. It's a matter of the evidence that was there, that showed you clearly that something was going on, showed you clearly that you're capable of more, showed you clearly that you deserve more, and you didn't take heed, you didn't listen to it, you didn't notice it. Let it go. See it differently. Love that being upside down. It's been like that for a while. Upright. Hangman, see a different perspective. I don't need to be crying about those spilt milk. I don't need to be crying about these cups that are toppled over. I don't need to be crying about the emotions that are what? How many times can I cry about that? How many times can I just feel despair about that? No more of that. Knight of Cups coming in. You don't need to be doing that. Let's go in a different emotional direction. Let's go in a different with an emotional skill set that you haven't developed to the point that you can, whatever that means. I love that. An emotional skill set that you haven't quite developed yet. Improving your financial space, improving your inner worth, improving your inner value, improving your time management, improving your time ownership. So you owning your time as if it's actually a value, as opposed to someone needs your help, you give it and that's it, and it's like, well, what was that? You didn't even question what was that, you just did it. Not because you're mean or you're gullible or whatever, it's just because you're kind. There's a time and place to be kind, and there's a time and place to be careful. Hence, listen and speak with greater care. It's not so some things you may have been doing because you felt like, well, if I don't do it, that's going to be seen as unkind, or it's going to be seen as selfish, or it's going to be seen as this. There's some things and sometimes you just need to be able to do what you're capable of doing, what you have the capacity of doing, and then from there understanding I need to have I am building my capacity to do more first for myself so that I can do more for others. If you haven't got the capacity within yourself, how are you going to do it for others without draining yourself? So this really is about shuffling up how you're thinking about things, shuffling up how you think about yourself, how you think about people, how you think about how you interact in the world. Pretty much everything is just going to have an overhaul, which I got to say I'm quite pleased about, to be honest. I don't know about you. I'm ready for a next overhaul. Hermit. Strength. Go within and reclaim all this power that's available. Go within and see those things of like, I knew something was going on. Hindsight. I could feel something was going on. I don't know why I'm seeing this, but there was like an image of someone doing something, and then you walk into a room or something like that, and then they flinch or look at you strange, and they've got this like overcompensating kind of blankness or overcompensating smile on their face, and you just looked at them. I'm not saying you, I'm saying that then it's the same energy of this, and then you look at someone, looks at them, and then basically it's like, what are you up to? Nothing. And you just take nothing for the answer. In hindsight, you can see, oh, that's what they were up to. Remember, this is a general reading, so if it's not resonating, that's fine. Don't worry. Maybe go watch another reading. Maybe watch a masculine reading. I don't know. Not all the readings may resonate. Some may resonate more than others. Some is just one sentence. It's up to you. I'm just here reading the cards. And the energies. Bringing a close to those burdens. So all those doubts you had about yourself, all those doubts about certain situations, scenarios, peoples, whatever it is. Literally, I can't be asked with it anymore. I'm not bothering with this anymore. I'm not going continuing this with this in this way. It's done. It's dusted. I don't need to do it. So I'm going to bring it to an end. I'm going to just let it go. Go towards that way. Go towards knowing for sure. When I experience, for example, when I experience someone who is speaking to me with their heart, they're communicating from a honest, sincere space and place. I can feel it. That is the energy I'm going towards. That is the energy I'm opening myself up to receive more of. There's the power in this. Part of the power. There's the start of the power in this. Magician. There you go. Alchemy. creating a change just because you're seeing it differently, just because you're allowing yourself to see it differently, just because you're speaking to yourself differently. You're not doubting when you see something, you're not doubting when you heard something, you're putting the pieces together, you're seeing the evidence instead of just hiding it from yourself. Bringing in the strength, bringing in the courage. I'm not quite sure why, but it does feel like there's going to be a call for more strength and courage to do certain things at a certain point, like now. So Venus, 28 Sagittarius, go out with that love, really let that love soar, because it is in the last decan. It's at 28 degrees of Sagittarius. Utilising that, making sure you're soaring, adventurous in love. And I don't mean relationship love, I mean love for yourself. Soar into how much deeper can I love myself? How much deeper can I love, I don't know, children, animals, the space you're living in, the job you're doing, the work you're doing. How much more can I love it? Do I love it? Where am I abandoning doing stuff that I love? Utilising the last few degrees of Venus in Sagittarius. So for now, that's quite an interesting read. There's a lot to go on there. There's a lot going on there. So I wouldn't be surprised if it needs more than once. Anyway, so to wrap this up, we're going to do again 3 of these. If you do want a personal reading, it's 108gate@gmail.com. So Crown Chakra, here we go. So for now, peace and love.